Hello and welcome. In this video, let me present you my predictions for initial market cap of Acala for the price of ACA token and at what threshold Acala Crowdloan could still be profitable. Thank you for subscribing. First, I would like to thank very much to everyone who used my referral code or a link. I appreciate it very much and I take it as a thank you gesture for my YouTube content. I will continue to provide you with informative, opium and shilling-free crypto content. Now let's start with Acala Crowdloan analysis. First, let's check the initial supply of ACA tokens. On this chart, we can see that only 68 million of ACA tokens will be initially available on the market. That is only 6.8% from the total ACA supply, which is 1 billion tokens. This initial supply of only 68 million ACA tokens has also been confirmed in Acala Discord by Acala ambassadors. This 6.8% initial circulating supply is really unusually low, and I believe that Acala team just decided to take a different strategy with initial ACA supply compared to KAR tokens, where there was initially 13% of KAR supply initially on the market. KAR token has been struggling since the beginning of trading and the market cap of Karura is still pretty low, thus Acala team just takes a different strategy with Acala. However, by looking at this chart, we can see that the supply of ACA will dramatically increase very soon, and right after the first month after Acala launches, the supply will increase up to 125 million of ACA tokens. So right after the first month, many ACA tokens owned by backers will be transferable, as well as 20% from ACA rewards allocated for Crowdloan, and also after 40 days after Acala launches, all tokens purchased in Build Acala token sale will be transferable. So the circulating supply of ACA will increase very quickly in the first months after Acala launches, from the initial 68 million up to 125 million ACA in the first month. Now let's talk about the initial market cap of Acala. This is a very interesting topic, as many people have a different way to calculate the initial possible market cap of Acala, and there are different things that you can base your calculations on. I'm thinking if we can even use the total value of all dots locked in Acala Crowdloan to predict the initial market cap of Acala. I'm not saying we cannot, but let me show you that this method not always works, as crypto market is unpredictable and traders just don't follow the theory. In Kusama auctions, Karura collected the Kusamas in the total value of 218 million, yet the initial market cap of Karura was only around 50 million. However, it is true that at this time the whole crypto market was in a Great Depression and Bitcoin was trading at only $36,000. On the other hand, Moonriver locked the smaller total value than Karura, only 90 million, yet the initial market cap of Moonriver at the very first day after trading was 150 million, and only a week later the capitalization grew up to 210 million. Again, however, we need to take into consideration that the whole crypto market was already doing much better at this time and Bitcoin was trading at $48,000. So this shows us that the total value of DOT locked in either Acala or Moonbeam Crowdloan is not 100% correct indicator of what will be the initial market cap of these projects. So let's talk about what could be in fact the initial market cap of Acala, and let me present three different scenarios. The initial supply will be only 68 million, as I said. The current market cap of Karura is still very low, only around 130 million, but let's remember that the current circulating supply of KR tokens is already 18%, while Acala's will initially be only 6.8%. Still, Karura's current market cap is, in my opinion, a good indicator of what could be the cap of Acala. The current market cap of Polkadot is 48 billion, and therefore let's think what percentage of this Polkadot's market cap could be Acala's market cap. Acala is one of the top parachains on Polkadot. It is by far number one DeFi projects on Polkadot, so I'm thinking Acala's market cap could be in the future perhaps 2% of Polkadot's market cap, so perhaps around $1 billion. But I repeat, in the future, not now. Now my pessimistic prediction for Acala's initial market cap is around 150 million. My realistic prediction for Acala's initial cap is around $300 million, and very optimistic prediction is around $550 million and more. Now the current market cap of Polkadot is almost 13 times greater than the cap of Kusama. So can we assume that projects on Polkadot will have similarly higher market cap than their sister networks on Kusama? I'm quite sure we cannot expect that. Now the initial trading price of ACA token. If my pessimistic prediction for initial market cap comes true, one ACA might be initial trading slightly above $2. If my realistic prediction comes true, then one ACA would be trading between $4 to $5, and with my most optimistic scenario, the initial price of one ACA would be close to $8. Now let's remember that Polkadot projects, and for Acala this is true even more, are highly backed by venture capital companies and institutions which will be looking to sell their ACA bags right after listing. And also some participants in Build Acala token sale will sell their ACA holdings right after listing, and this could create a noticeable pressure on the price of ACA. On the other hand, listing of ACA on Binance will also for very high trading volumes, so now the question is what force will be stronger, the selling one or the purchase power from retail on Binance? We will see. Also, in my opinion, the initial price of ACA really does not matter that much, as the price will initially fluctuate a lot and it can actually drop at some point even by 50% in the first few days, or on the other hand, the price can pump by 50 to 70% from the initial trading price. So I would advise let's not fix too much on that initial trading price of ACA token. Only 20% of your ACA reward from Crowdloan will be initially transferable and tradable, and since the price of one ACA in that Build Acala token sale in summer was 98 cents or even slightly less, I think these people will be looking to make at least several multiples profit, thus they won't be selling their ACA for $2, but they will rather hold it until ACA is trading perhaps around $4, and then they might start selling. Now possible total DOT contributed to Acala Crowdloan. At the moment of making this video, Acala collected so far 15.5 million DOT, and the first auction is just starting today. We also know that in the following days over 38 million DOT will get unbonded, and thus we can expect many more million DOT contributed to Acala Crowdloan. As Acala distributes 150 million for base rewards, we get a different ACA reward ratio and thus also the return on DOT based on the different total DOT contributed to Acala. For these calculations, I used my realistic price prediction for Acala, which is $4.5, but I did not include 20 million of ACA allocated for bonuses into these calculations. So if Acala collects in total 20 million DOT, the base reward would be 7.5 ACA, and with my price prediction for one ACA token $4.5, the return would be still nice, on average $34 per each DOT. However, if Acala collects 25 million DOT, the reward decreases to 6 ACA per DOT, and thus also the reward drops to $27 per one DOT. At this point, I would start really thinking twice whether contributing to Acala still makes sense. If the total DOT remains around maximum 25 to 27 million DOT, I think contributing to Acala will still be highly profitable in the long term, let's say in a 1 to 2 years time frame. But once or if Acala reaches 30 million total DOT, this is gonna be a red flag for me, and at this point I will likely look for another, more profitable crowd loans, as the reward would drop at this point to only 5 ACA per one DOT. Not to mention that if Acala somehow manages to get closer to their contribution cap of total DOT, which is set at 50 million DOT, for me personally contributing to Acala Crowdloan at this point makes no sense anymore. Also, let's remember that the total DOT contributed to Acala's, but also to any other Crowdloan, can change very quickly within few days. We saw it today with Moonbeam Crowdloan, and I also remember this with Moonriver Crowdloan, when many people contributed their Kusama during the last 2 days of Crowdloan and the reward dropped quite significantly. Now let me conclude this video. Personally, I have contributed 10% of my DOT to all three projects, Acala, Moonbeam and Astar, to have some basic investment in these top 3 projects in Polkadot. I will wait for the further development of total DOT in these Crowdloans, and according to that, I will allocate the rest. I will also keep some of my DOT for Darwinia, Affinity and Hydra DX. I would also advise definitely set your own threshold for ACA reward per one DOT. Mine threshold is at least 6 ACA per one DOT. You should have your own, as it will help you to decide either contribute to Acala or not. Do not fix too much on your initial return on your DOT, thus on the initial price of ACA token. You will only be able to trade 20% of your ACA rewards anyways, and the price can dramatically change in the near future. Many people are looking to make the same gains as from Moon River tokens, but this is impossible and this will never be repeated. Think about contributing to Acala in a more longer term view. You would be investing to number one DeFi hub on Polkadot. Acala's team has ambitions to become DeFi hub for hundreds of millions of people in the whole world. So even if the initial profit from ACA might be lowish, personally I am convinced that in the long term, having bags of ACA tokens will greatly pay off and will bring a great return. If you can, try to delay your contribution to any crowdloan at least a little bit. This will allow you to make a better judgment on which crowdloan will provide the best reward ratio. Also remember that any crowdloan can become oversubscribed eventually, even if initially the crowdloan collects only a little amount of DOT. This is exactly what happened with BitCountry Pioneer crowdloan on Kusama Auctions. And finally, if ACA DOT reward ratio drops too much and you don't find contributing to Acala's crowdloan profitable anymore, but you still want to invest in Acala, just wait for the trading of ACA tokens on exchanges. Wait till ACA starts trading, then because the volatility of ACA will be very high in the beginning, wait a little more for some nice dump and then get ACA tokens from the exchange. Please let me remind you that some calculations presented in this video are based on my subjective conviction and expectation, but I'm hoping it is clear that there is also a great portion of hard facts included in my calculations. Please always do your own research and be very critical about sharing and recommendations, what to buy and what to invest in. It is your DOT, your decision. Please ask me anything in the comments and thank you very much for watching this video. Bye bye.